You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Shari Einhorn. The U.S. Secretary of Education was in Massapequa today to speak out on the statewide ban of Native American mascots. Linda McMahon says the state's ban violated civil rights. Crowds of supporters and protesters gathered outside of Massapequa High School as a result. Andrew Anger was there and will bring us more details in just a moment. That was not the Education Secretary's only stop on Long Island, though. McMahon also stopped at the schoolhouse. It's a private school in East Northport. The school has an enrollment of 140 students in pre-K through 6th grade. Police have identified the man who was found dead in a dumpster Thursday morning. Officials say Elbine Lopez was apparently sleeping in the dumpster. His body was found after a garbage truck stopped at a middle school in Kings Park. The 45-year-old and another man were found inside. That man was taken to the hospital with a leg injury. Long Beach is blocking access to its beaches to stop students from getting onto the beach for senior cut days.
So far, we stopped groups from Flushing and Flushing High School, New Hyde Park High School, and a high school from Manhattan. Because social media, the word gets out quick.
Last year, someone was shot after more than 3,000 students gathered on the beach. Police say they will also be patrolling in the evening to prevent people from getting together for sunset parties. Suffolk police are auctioning off 85 vehicles starting at $500. The vehicles range from BMWs to Hondas, Toyotas, and pickups. They're being sold as is. Now, the auction will be held on June 7th in West Hampton. Now let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather. We've got some showers early in the morning with the sun peeking out around noon, but the rain might come back in the evening. We'll have your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. The U.S. Secretary of Education was in Massapequa today to discuss the statewide mascot ban. Newsday's Andrew Anger tells us what happened.
Outside Massapequa High School Friday, support for more education funding and the removal of its highly debated Native American mascot logo.
In the long run, they're going to change it.
But inside the school, U.S. Secretary of Education Linda McMahon gave federal support to Massapequa keeping its mascot. This after New York State had enacted a ban on Native American mascots at schools or face a loss of funding. The move garnering the attention of the president, who supported Massapequa on social media and instructed McMahon to investigate.
This is not a First Amendment case. This is a Title VI civil rights case.
McMahon says Education Department investigators found the mascot ban violated civil rights laws. It's now giving the state Education Department until the end of June to sign a resolution rescinding the ban. If not, her agency will forward its findings to the Department of Justice.
We'd like to really settle this in a very amicable fashion with the resolution, but we're certainly prepared to go deeper if we must.
The fight over the mascot is well known to Massapequa High School alumni Adam Drexler.
I'm mad that the Board of Education created this entire situation.
He's of Native American descent and adds the logo needs to change to be more reflective of Native Americans from Long Island, not just a generic image. He says the board should have been more open to adjusting the mascot, but dug its heels in. School Board President Carrie Walkler said today's federal backing was a victory for the district and its mascot.
We are proud of the stand we've taken to defend our logo and imagery. We know others gave up and others chose the easier path, but we chose to fight.
So for now, Massapequa's mascot will remain. But for those who are trying to get it changed, they say the fight isn't over.
I don't think that this will be the end of it.
Jermaine Smith from the Shinnecock Nation says it has tried to work with the board without luck. Now he fears this will become a bigger fight. In a statement to Newsday, the New York State Education Department called Secretary McMahon's visit to the school political theater and encouraged the district to reach out again to local indigenous people to come to an understanding. In Massapequa, Andrew Enger, Newsday TV.
The state attorney general's office filed a motion to stop the eviction of a Hamptons family who says they're being scammed out of their home. Virginia Huey has the story you'll see only in Newsday.
Owning a home is the American dream.
Having a house in this country has been our dream. Thank God. Very few of us can achieve it. So it was a dream. We wanted to build something for our children.
But for Juan Amon of East Hampton, that dream became a nightmare after he says he fell victim to deed fraud. The realization hit home last summer when a stranger knocked on the door.
My son opened the door. And they told him that we had to leave.
Amon, who is from Ecuador, says he bought the Victorian-style house for $800,000 in 2020 from property investor Michael O'Sullivan of Hampton Dream Properties. Since then, Amon says he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars more on renovations, but now the family faces the prospect of eviction.
My heart hurts all the time.
Amon and his wife Bertha Yanga are among at least 10 Latino families suing O'Sullivan and his company. The homeowners allege O'Sullivan defrauded them by selling them homes that were in foreclosure while falsely representing the status of the properties.
This has stuck out to several attorneys who are in this space of helping homeowners who are at risk of losing their homes, just because of how many families are coming forward and saying this same individual, this same company sold them a home and the deal wasn't as they thought it would be.
Mauricio Ocampo and Diana Ramirez are also taking O'Sullivan to court.
This has completely destroyed our lives.
The couple did not want to show their faces. They say they bought this house from O'Sullivan in East Hampton for $250,000 in 2014.
The house didn't have air conditioning or heating, and it didn't have a lawn either. It was in a bad shape, so we did everything here. We rebuilt everything.
What the couple didn't know at the time was the Bank of New York Mellon started foreclosure proceedings on the property in 2016 against the previous owners. For the last 10 years, the couple says they feared losing their home at any moment. Amon and Ocampo reached out to Ola of Eastern Long Island for help. The Latino advocacy group says they're now helping several other alleged victims whose struggles go beyond financial losses.
They were sick, they were unhealthy. They were really not doing well with mental health either. They were so petrified that anyone they spoke to, that he would have the power over them.
The case has caught the attention of State Attorney General Letitia James's office, which has launched an investigation into O'Sullivan and Hampton Dream Properties.
Frankly, I really feel that the reason why it's finally getting attention is because they finally came to a Hispanic Bar Association and found Latino lawyers who understand their culture.
Using a 2023 law designed to combat deed fraud, the AG's office also requested that the state Supreme Court pause the eviction proceedings against Amon. A spokesperson for James declined to comment while there's an ongoing investigation. O'Sullivan's attorney David Besso says his client denies wrongdoing, telling Newsday Mr. O'Sullivan did not commit any fraud against anybody. For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
They are not done yet. The Knicks still alive after a big win over the Pacers with their backs against the wall. Jamie Stewart is at the Garden with what's next.
Down 3-1, the Knicks had a choice to make Thursday night, give their fans a reason to believe or pack their bags and head home. Well, the Knicks are packing their bags, and they're heading to Indiana for Game 6 Saturday night. The Knicks dominating the Pacers in Game 5, 111-94. It's a game in which they never trailed. Jalen Brunson led the way with 32, and Karl Anthony Towns, battling through a left knee contusion, had 24.
This team's special. This team is special, and, with the series, we haven't been able to close out games the way we wanted to. We haven't been able to show how special we are. We've had, moments of brilliance, but we haven't had games of brilliance. And I think tonight was a good testament to, when we're locked in playing for 48 minutes, we could show the world how special we really are.
I think we paid attention to detail better as a team, and the little things go a long way. And so, and we pay attention to the minute things and things that just don't seem like a huge deal, and they really do help.
So it's now a 3-2 series lead, with the Knicks once again facing elimination this Saturday night. But is the pressure suddenly on the Pacers to close the Knicks out? Here's Newsday's Steve Popper.
The Knicks had all the answers tonight with their backs to the wall. Came out right from the start. Jalen Brunson set the tone, scoring the first 6 points, 12 points in the first 5.5 minutes, and really had the whole Garden rocking. Now, can they repeat that? The sort of effort they gave here at the Garden when they go to Indiana, try and keep the season alive. That's the big thing. You win one game in Indiana, and they've been great on the road, 6-2 so far in the postseason. You come back to Madison Square Garden and take your chances in a Game 7. That's the goal right now, but they have to come out with the sort of effort they did start to finish in Game 5.
So the stage is set for Saturday night. A Knicks loss and the season is over. A Knicks win, and it's right back here at Madison Square Garden Monday night for Game 7 with a trip to the NBA Finals on the line. For Newsday TV, I'm Jamie Stewart.
Sarah Sounds Off is brought to you by Roll Up Awnings.
In high school sports this week, Sarah sounds off with star lacrosse goalie Maya Soskin from Cold Spring Harbor.
First of all, to be a goalkeeper, you got to be a little crazy. It's not an easy position. Why a keeper and not defender or attack?
Well, I feel like one of the obvious answers is the running is a lot less. But no, I think seriously, when I first started it, I think just knowing that, like you said, you got to be a little crazy, and it might sound crazy when I say this, but getting in there and facing those shots coming at you, it's scary, and it gives you like an adrenaline rush, and it's something that was just so different from any other sport.
I see you wearing pink.
You can watch this week's episode with Newsday High School sports editor Greg Sarah, streaming now on Newsday.com.
Feed Me is brought to you by Sarant Cadillac.
What was old is now brand new. I cannot believe this transformation.
Do you believe that this is Mill Pond House?
No.
I know. The building was from 1909, and it's been various restaurants throughout the years, and it's now Mill Pond Steak and Seafood.
Did you get us a table?
Of course, outside.
All right, let's go.
So, isn't this incredible out here?
What a beautiful view. So we're getting like a first taste of this new menu. So what did you order for us?
So this is my jam here. They have 3 amazing appetizers to start. One is a stracciatelle cheese with figs that you make your own little crostinis.
You hear me crunch?
I do hear you crunch, but that's the sound of a good crostini. Hibachi crudo with yellowtail and jalapeno, so fresh. Nice hit of the spice, and a wedge with some candied walnuts.
I don't want to fill up on all the appetizers.
No, don't, because we have steak and shrimp and halibut coming. This is a filet and shrimp with mashed potatoes and roasted asparagus, and then a halibut with a sunchoke puree, and then here, I mean, the piece de resistance. Beautiful beefsteak tomatoes with blistered blue cheese on the top. Oh my goodness, my little tomato pie.
How's your little tomato?
Amazing.
I did not save room for dessert, but this looks too good not to try.
This is a blondie banana cream pie with caramel sauce. So say it 3 times fast. Blondie banana cream pie with caramel sauce.
I'm just gonna eat. I'm not gonna talk anymore. Good thing we don't have any more stops to make today. But if you want to try some of the other new spots, where should we go, Marie?
There's a fab new spot in Patchogue that's right on the water in the channel called Sandbar. Ruby Rosa has come out from the city and now has docked in East Hampton. Claudio's has some new concepts going on the North Fork.
I can't start the summer without a toast with you, Marie.
Of course.
And what a great place to do it at this big, new, beautiful bar.
Cheers
to
summer 2025.
And now let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast. The rain finally clearing up and temps are warming up. We could see a high of 80s in the middle of the week.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
You're watching Newsday TV. For more on all of the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com, click Get More under the Newsday TV video box. I'm Shari Einhorn. Thanks for joining us.